Madam President, Lawyers' Rights Watch Canada thanks the High Commissioner for her report. We share the concern that the prevalence of impunity in Sri Lanka warrants the Council's immediate attention. The lack of accountability and deliberate failures to implement recommendations by this Council to address past violations against Tamil people, including extrajudicial killings, enforced disappearances, arbitrary detention, torture, and sexual violence, increases the likelihood of their reoccurrence. We are disturbed by the systemic pattern of surveillance, harassment, and intimidation of human rights defenders, lawyers, and victims of human rights violations and their families in an attempt to silence these voices. The government's suppression of memorialization of victims of war crimes, crimes against humanity, and genocide, the crackdown on protests, and the forced cremation of Muslim and other religious minorities in a militarized COVID-19 framework are deeply alarming trends. These warning signs are evident that Sri Lanka is on the wrong path, and any domestic mechanism for justice and accountability will fail. International intervention is urgently required to prevent a further decay of human rights. We call upon the Council to strengthen its monitoring in Sri Lanka and set out a coherent, effective, and time-bound plan to advance accountability options at the international level. Take the necessary steps to refer the situation in Sri Lanka to the International Criminal Court, and urge member states to utilize the principle of universal jurisdiction to actively pursue within their national courts the prosecution of international crimes committed in Sri Lanka and impose sanctions such as travel bans and freezing assets of known perpetrators of grave human rights violations in Sri Lanka. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. And I now give the floor to the International Commission